All right, and we're back. This is episode 57 of the Taproom Podcast, and I am your host, Mike. What a day. I'm recording this on a Saturday. I'm over here at Noble, recording in their back office. And actually, at the end of the episode, we'll have a What's New at Noble, because I have a couple new beers out. But this episode 57, is with at Real Ale Sharpton on Instagram. It's just such a super nice guy. I mean, can't wait for you guys to hear the interview. We got to talk about, his journey through craft beer and what he does for the community and all that stuff out in Atlanta. So it was a really fun episode. Really looking forward to you guys listening to that. That'll be, I'll put the timestamp in the description. But yeah, such a down-to-earth guy, and everything that he's done, and he's just his award-winning writer for craft beer, stuff like that. So I can't wait for you guys to hear that. I am going to be drinking for this beer, or for the brewski. I'm not cracking it open because it got poured out of the tap here at Noble, but it's Minty Charms. Josh had talked about it on last week's episode, but I figured since it's St. Patty's Day, figured might as well. Let's jump on in. Oh, that's good stuff. I mean, for it being it's obviously a mint chocolate stout. It's not overly heavy or anything like that. You get that mint that pops, and then you also get those chocolate notes, obviously. This one is, for me, for being a mint stout, and mint chip ice cream is probably my go-to when it comes to ice cream and stuff like that. This is a big fat 10 for me. They absolutely killed it with this one. Can't say enough good things about it. And they're flying like hotcakes. So like I said last week, if you have a chance to get over to the brewery to pick some up, definitely do that, because they're making some killer stuff right now. This morning I went and recorded at Noble. Not at Noble. I'm here at Noble now. I went and recorded at Hamilton over in Rancho off of Archibald and 7th. Got to talk to Josh Hamilton, so Mr. Hamilton himself. Such a really fun episode. His entire journey getting to where he is now, and the brewery being open for 10 years, and they're coming up on their anniversary in June. I can't wait for you guys to hear that. That'll be in a few weeks. But I got to talk to him, got to talk to his employees and stuff like that. It was a really, really fun time. But yeah, St. Patty's Day is tomorrow. I did ask the other day about some people's traditions. Most of the answers were the same. It was getting shit-faced, who cares, fuck work, and all that sort of stuff. But my boy, Chew Your Beer, he said, he's like, I'm Mexican, I'm waiting for the Cinco de Mayo. So that was pretty funny. NFL free agency has been going wild. Wish I had more time to delve into it. Just got a lot of stuff going on, but NHL, the playoffs are coming. What else we got? Oh, I did want to talk about, because the Brewers Cup of California just happened the other day, and I wanted to talk about some of the winners, and I want to talk about mostly the styles that I like and stuff like that, but there was a ton of great beer out there, and it just shows that California is, the place to go to right now, when it comes to the craft beer scene. But I wanted to go through some of the winners, like I said, for some of the beers that I really enjoy. For the winners for international style Pilsner, I'm leaving that in, is, the gold winner was the Monk Cellar Pride of Felix. Silver was Project Barley Brewing for Cerveza Lomita. And Topa Topa was the bronze for Dos Topas. So I'm definitely going to have to try all of those. So if anybody knows anybody, just send, let me know, and I'm going to definitely pick it up. For double IPA was the Dust Bowl Brewing. Actually had gold and silver, so kudos to Dust Bowl. And one thing about Dust Bowl, they do make quads and all these different ones, and it's they're not overly boozy. And I know some people love that. But for me, if I can drink something like that and it goes down easy and it's not, too bad. But yeah, the gold was their Day Ender, which I love. You got to end the day on a double. And then their silver was Liquid Confessional. So that sounded pretty cool. And then shout out to my boy, Ian McCall over at Ism Brewing in Long Beach. They took the bronze for it. It's called Lifted Camaro. I didn't get to try that one. I don't know if that came out after, but I'm definitely going to have to get down there, hang out with Ian, try that. And I'm super excited about it. And I want to say Ism took home 5 medals, I think. So kudos to them. Also, Frogtown. One was a one for Bohemian Pills. It was a lights out. So I'm excited because I'm going to talk to Jonathan from Frogtown, I think, towards the end of the month on the 30th. So that should be pretty fun. Angel City, I thought this was pretty cool. They took for the Belgian sours category, they took home they took gold, silver, and bronze. So kudos to them. I mean, honestly, kudos to all the people that, that won medals this week. Like that's so awesome. And then one for American and West Coast IPA. Bare Bottle Brewing took home the gold, a fantastic call. Moxa Brewing took the silver with All Good Days. Hop Saint won with their Hop Saint IPAs, won the bronze, so that's pretty awesome. So kudos. American Light Lager, got to give it to my boy, my buddy Mike over at Unsung. Took the gold for with Lumino. El Segundo took silver in that category for Harvest Legend. And then Canyon Lakes Golf Course and Brewery took one with Thin Shot. I thought that was pretty damn cool that there's the golf course with the brewery on it. That's pretty badass. And then we had the American Pilsner, which this one that won gold, I just tried it the other day when I recorded over with Abraham and the Tall Boy Sunday podcast. Make sure you go check out that episode with us on it. It was me, obviously the Tall Boys, and then John over from Whittier, and then also Abraham from La Bodega. But this one I tried it at Abraham's house, from Los Angeles Ale Works, was the Palmera Pils. It was pretty phenomenal. So definitely, give them some love. And if you're in the area, go check it out. And then Claremont Craft Ales took silver with Baldy. Figueroa Mountain Brewing took the bronze with Awa Imperial. And then the hazy IPA category, June Lake Brewing. Shout out to them. They did a collab with Brewery X not that long ago. My brother did the can artwork, so shout out. But theirs is called Hockey Fight Hazy. And if you know me, I love hockey, so definitely need to go down there and try that. And then this one, the brewery that took silver, I kind of feel like I need to do a collab with them or something like that because they're called Taproom Beer. And kind of feel like, the Taproom Podcast, Taproom Beer, I think we need to make something happen. But they took silver with the double PB Haze. So kudos, shout out to you guys. And Radiant Beer Co. have reached out. We'll see if maybe something might happen. You never know. But they took the bronze with Works For Me. So kudos to all the breweries out there, that won medals. It's all your hard work, gets paid off when something like that happens. And just, you deserve, for all the breweries out there, you deserve the recognition for all the hard work you put in. So, all right. So we're going to jump into the interview, and then the outro will be the What's New at Noble with, I think, Jimmy, Paul, Josh, and Cam. So it should be a fun one. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the interview. Stay tuned. All right, guys. We're back in the tap room, and I'm your host, Mike. I have a very special guest on today. It's Dennis Malcolm Byron, also known as the Real Ale Sharpton on Instagram. How's it going, man?
Oh, man, honored to be here. Thanks for having me over here, Mikey. Appreciate you, buddy.
Oh, no, of course. I'm glad we were able to, to get all this nailed down and have a couple beers and hear about your craft beer journey, man.
Never turned down a couple beers.
Oh, yeah. So what are you drinking today?
I went by what they call it Malt Disney. And so I love that sound, right?
Oh, yeah.
I went to Op City, which is one of the best beer stores in the country. And they have a couple of them. It's a great concept where you can buy and drink while you're chilling. So shout out to Op
that's
City.
Awesome.
So Malt Disney is Monday Night Brewing. It's all on the West End. And then there's Wild Heaven. And Wild Heaven just came out with a West Coast. And I've been waiting to try. I'm looking for West Coast all over the place. I'm looking for cleaner kind of IPAs, which is my thing. So I got this one, the Beach Off they just came off with. So shout out to Eric and my man Nick, who are the founders. I said, let me go over there. And then El Tesoro is a taco spot within the brewery. They've merged together. So my other brother, Alan, has one of the best tacos in the state.
Oh,
so
awesome.
Tacos. It's Taco Tuesday. So we made it a whole thing of it. So me and my wife, Andrea, went and got busy. And now we're back at the house ready to kick it with you.
Oh, there we go. That's awesome. I mean, can you beat beer and tacos?
Man, no, it's a beautiful combination, brother.
Oh, yeah. And you mentioned Monday Night Brewing. Like, I had to talk to Latrice Harris.
Oh, my homie, the beery godmother.
Oh, yeah, she's awesome. I talked to her back in, I want to say it was August of last year. And because I'm like a huge wrestling fan. So, I mean, as she mentioned Monday Night Brewing,
Really?
I was like, oh, I wonder. Yeah, I was like, I wonder if it was like a wrestling thing, but I was completely off. I mean, it has nothing to do with wrestling, so.
Yeah, Monday Night Brewing, man. They're blowing up. Now they're I think 5 cities now. They're
oh, that's awesome.
And they're called Monday Night. They used to have their tastings of their home brewing after their Bible study. And so they had people come by one of their houses and all that. And they said, Ale, somebody said, Ale, you got to try their beer and they want to meet you. And then I went by there, and this is years ago, man.
Yeah.
And look at them, the 3
Mhm.
breweries. No, 3, I think, function breweries, but there's 5 locations. I don't know. I get the whole thing straight. Then I'm doing a big event with them on March 22nd. So there's a lot of things going on. It's called Ale Max Day. And
Oh, that's
so,
awesome.
yeah. So shout out to my man Craig. We're doing it together with them, and Peter, Kylie, and all those guys. They're just all on me. So it's an ongoing thing, man. It's fun.
Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah, so I wanted, if we could jump into it, I want to tell us about like how, because I mean, you're an award-winning writer. You've done all these different things. Can you tell us about your craft beer journey, man?
Yes, sir. I have always been into beer. I'm a big person in marketing and advertising, and beer just always resonated with me when I was younger. And then the cool commercials that came along with it, and Lowenbrow, tonight is
Mm-hmm.
kind of special, the jingles that came out.
Yeah.
And I love the packaging and all that. And beer was just my thing. Since my first sip, when my uncle gave me one when I was 6, and he thought I was going to spit out, say it was gross. But I'm like, I'm going to drink that when I'm older. And sure enough, that's the
There you
case.
go.
I don't drink pretty much anything else. And when I went to Cornell, I was studying more marketing and restaurant hospitality management in one of my own spot. But I realized writing about the people who do it instead of the actual people who do it, me being one of them, I rather
Mm-hmm.
feature them and show love for them because of how hard they work. And then I got into beer and how much flavors and the roots of it being from Africa and all that, and women being the first brewers. It was too much of a story not to teach it. Yeah, I involved myself with it and be involved with that culture. And I thought there was a room for it to be a little more, not necessarily hip, but a little more in touch with more cultures. Right now, being with sneakers, but also with design, being with music, being with all these things that I love. And I think there's a way to introduce that. I was a hip hop head. So hip hop artists have a lot of pseudonyms. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
why not do that for the beer industry? And no one was doing that at the time. So I said, make a play on a passion that Al Sharpton has for civil rights, do it with beer. So I'll be Ale Sharpton.
Yeah.
And it made people know I was a brother, but also I'm about beer. So it was a perfect combination. So then I went ahead and went hard with it, man. Brandon myself was the only influencer / writer or identity that had a sticker. I wanted something because I was already doing travel writing with a lot of magazines. Why not visit the breweries while I'm on those trips and
Of
leave them with a
course.
sticker? So that thing is all over the place, and it's been history since, man. It's been a beautiful journey.
Oh man, that's awesome. I mean, and it's always cool to like to hear those kind of stories. And even Cornell, like they have a really big like brewing program, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
Boy, Douglas Miller, who's a professor there, is a beast. So a lot of people go to his class. He teaches about beer. I wish I had that when I was there.
Yeah.
They had the big wine course there in
Mm-hmm.
Cornell at the time, but now with the beer and just the way things are going, man, it's just a beautiful thing. And now this podcast and you having me on there, I'm meeting you. You're in Cali. You're across the
Yeah.
nation, but we're connected here, and I'm meeting good people. And that's the thing that's really, honestly, the fuel that keeps me going in this industry.
Oh yeah. And to me, that's I mean, I say that all the time. I mean,
See
like,
the Atlanta hat, by the way.
oh yeah, I always got to always got to rock my Braves. I think I have like 15 to 20 different Braves hats.
That's real.
But yeah, they've been my team since I was little. But one thing I love about the craft beer industry is like everybody, it's like, because I mean, and like there's like, I feel like there's other industries out there, like say like, you know, like the wine industry where there's like, oh no, this is what I do. This is how I do things. I'm not trying to give away any of my secrets. But in the craft beer, there's so much collaboration and people willing to, you know, open up, you know, their business to help somebody else out. I mean, I love that. I love that. Everything about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with the beer industry, there's ways to reach out to help people.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started the beer with Piano Keys with New Belgium, one of my things was to involve some type of nonprofit. I love teaching and stuff. My family is a lineage of teachers. I'm also a lineage of chefs in my family. So that explains why I love flavors of the beer, and where beer is the
Yeah.
one beverage that can emulate any flavor. But giving back to community, and I figured that gardens and community gardens would be really ideal.
Okay.
So we started something called Brewgether, and my wife Andrea, she was already in the nonprofit industry, and she was like, "Hey, maybe there's a way we can bridge this to expand it on to breweries." So there's ways where we're fundraising to help with community gardens and agricultural specialists to help fund what they have going on and bring some awareness to that as well. because there's 1% of breweries that are owned by Black people
Yeah.
in the U.S., and this is the same thing with farms. So is this that symmetry that makes sense to bring awareness to both communities at the same time?
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. So
That's,
it's
I
real
mean, you
stuff.
gotta,
Together.
you gotta
Come
do it.
together.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. You gotta do what you can for your community and all that
That's
sort of
it,
stuff,
man.
brother.
It's all about I feel good helping people, man. And
Oh,
there's
yeah.
so many different organizations I'm part of that gives back, and that's my thing.
Oh, same. And I mean, I love to like, that's why I always love to like, talk to people on this platform, especially like, brewers or like, maybe some of the smaller ones just to get their name out there, to support small business, to be able to support the,
Right.
the people, like the people in your backyard. Cause sometimes we always think like, oh, I want to go to one of the bigger guys or one of the bigger boys. And don't get me wrong, I like to talk to them too.
Sure.
But I mean, I try to focus on the people within, within my backyard.
Absolutely, bro. Excuse me, but I didn't ask you what you drinking, brother.
So Brewery X just did this new one. It's for the Alpha King.
Oh, word.
And
Oh,
if you want to,
it has to be IPA with that name.
oh yeah. So yeah, it's called Alpha King Kiss the Ring, and it has the crown on it. It's called Slap and Tumble. It's a double West Coast. It's coming in at 9%. It's actually really, really good. It packs a little bit of a punch, but almost with like a little hint of sweetness in there. It's not like it's really like on the back end, but man, it goes down smooth. So I might have to say, I know you said you were looking for some West Coast, so I might have to send you some stuff.
We might have to do that. I just got interviewed by Alchemist, which is really dope, man.
Oh, nice.
And shout out to them. And they sent me some of their Heady Topper along with their other things. And congratulations to them. It's their 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard to say nowadays, but yeah, it's a iconic beer. So I really love California beers though, man. I always have a good time going to San Diego and kicking with a lot of people there. And then of course LA is starting to develop and they have some nice spots. And then my homies Creature Comforts just opened up a brewery right downtown. I'll be back for doing something special with them. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, there's some good things going on in Cali, man. If people ask me what state has the best, I would say Cali is up there as top 5. Easy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a ton out here. And speaking of Creature Comforts, I think his name is Tom, one of the guys that's working at the LA location, and I know that they have their brewer James. I've been trying to talk to them a little bit. I know we're both, and I guess both of us are super busy, but we're trying to work on something so we can have them on and we can talk about their story. And I was like, and I can wear my Braves jersey, so it'll be all good. No, I've never even been.
Oh, hell no. First of all, I'm the mayor of fun in Atlanta. So you need to come through and kick it with me, and I'll do the
I'm down.
Real Sharpton red carpet. And I love showing off this lovely city. I love it.
I am so down.
It's different. So, yeah, and the beer scene is sick.
Oh, yeah, and that's what, like, Latrice was telling me, too. She's like, well, you got to come out here. We got to, go to all the different breweries. I was like, I'm so down. So the plan is I'm trying to plan a trip for maybe May. So I'll keep you posted. But, yeah, I grew up watching on TBS, and Chipper Jones was my favorite player. Yeah,
we got
so, like...
too on there at TBS. We got
wrestling. Yeah. Yeah, it was like WCW.
TBS looked out for us back in the day. No lie.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. So I was like, yeah, that was pretty much it. And, like, I saw Chipper Jones hit a home run, and I was a fan ever since.
There you go. I'm originally from New York, so Yankees is my squad, but every time the Yankees come here, we hang out. And last time I was there, I hung out with a few people, saw Spike Lee. We took a picture
I remember
together,
that one.
Which is really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but Atlanta's whole vibe is really dope. I'm not a fan of the tomahawk chop too much, but that's fine.
Yeah.
It's more of a, but overall, just the energy and the way the fan support is really amazing. So, and these guys ain't going nowhere. They keep building. They have going on. So, yeah, can't be mad at them.
Oh, yeah, it's exciting to be a Braves fan for sure.
But you need to go to Atlanta United game.
Oh, that'd be fun.
It's amazing, bro.
Oh, yeah, I'm so down. I mean, I love all sports, so I'm always down for anything.
Got you. Me too.
That's awesome. I did want to ask you, so, like, because one thing I always love to ask people is that, like, because craft beer, obviously, like, was even going back 15 years ago, was really still in its infancy and stuff like that. Was there a specific beer that you tried and you're like, wait, this is what beer can be, kind of thing? Like, when it comes to stuff like that?
Or outside of Atlanta, or just in general?
Oh, just in general, yeah. Like even any, like the first time you remember having like,
Absolutely.
A craft beer, yeah.
Yeah, I would say honestly, man, I've tried a lot of different ones, and there are a lot of lagers that are out there at the time. So of course, my palate wasn't developed enough to really tell the
Mhm.
differences. I'm talking Michelob Dry, Low and Brow stuff,
Oh,
because
yeah, yeah.
those craft beers weren't really popping just yet as far as accessibility. Like you thought you're doing something with Killian's Red. I mean, I'm going
Oh,
way back,
oh,
like,
same, bro.
let me
Yeah.
try this. And then Vihestefan was one of the first wheat beers that were dope. Varsteiner was something that was just a fun introductory beer. But then
Mhm.
I had Brooklyn Black Chocolate Stout, which was something that just made me say, wow, there's a level of beer where it could be dark and roasty and chocolatey. I'm like, oh
Mhm.
shit. And that was made by a brother. Once I found that out, it was even more of a
Oh, that's awesome.
extra thing, and that was Garrett Oliver. Shout out to him. But that one then said, okay, beer can be a lot of flavors, and that made me just really dive in. Sierra Nevadas was really, really gangster. That Tire from New Belgium was something that you could get everywhere to try stuff. But I really developed a hophead kind of mentality, so I really started getting into that. So then that's when Victory started coming in with their stuff, and the
Yeah.
Prima Pills and all the stuff. So when you get into the mind state of knowing that beer could just be so complex and have so
Mhm.
many different flavors, you're going to want to try everything and then find out what agrees with you, and then what is your wave and what your strengths are. If you want it kind of low sessionable, if you want it kind of more of the imperial or double level or triple
Yep.
level, you got to find your niche and know how you wake up in the morning. I think that's the biggest key. But
Yeah.
to answer your question, I say Brooklyn Black Chocolate Stout.
Okay, man, that sounds delicious. I remember, and you were mentioning earlier about how, or just a minute ago, about how people like, well, not people, but like how we think like Killian's was like like a big thing back then. I remember
Right,
mine for
right,
me,
right,
it was
right.
like Pyramid for me. I thought like Pyramid Hef was like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing I've ever
Oh,
had.
yeah, Pyramid, shout out to them. Damn, yeah, that's
Yeah.
real, man. There's so many other ones that were when I moved to Atlanta, there was, like, Burt Grants. People were like, "What the hell is that?" There's so many different breweries that were popping at the time. Oregon had this is called Oregon
Hmm.
Brewery, and they had an IPA that was very cost effective for, like, a six-pack was, like, $8.99, but it
Oh
was an
wow.
IPA, and that's kinda one of those things, but they're like, a lot of these are gone, but Burt Grant was, like, the hophead. Their stuff was so fantastic. That's out of North Carolina, and I think no, it's not North Carolina, but there was another one. North Carolina was dope, named after a golf course that was sick. But there were so many small little pockets that were small breweries starting to come up, and
Hmm.
then man, yeah, a lot of them
Yeah.
just kind of either got bought or fell to the wayside, and then all of a sudden, craft beer movement kicked in, and that was when I really started to make the L Sharpton brand really pop off.
Oh yeah, man. Like I feel like it's just like the way it's exploded over the past, like you said, about 15 years. It could just consistent growth. I mean, I know that was last year was like the first year in a long time where we weren't seeing more breweries open, but you were also seeing the really good breweries expand.
That's right. That's right.
So
Sierra
I
Nevada
mean,
is a good choice of that.
yeah.
Goose Island, even before they were acquired, was really one of the like, oh, you got to have this Goose Island beer.
Hmm.
Like they had so many different ones, and the thing was they had the reach, so people knew about them. So it kind of gave hope to smaller breweries when they had the reach to be national. So, like I said,
Hmm.
Goose Island, like New Belgium, Sierra Nevada, we're like, oh, you know what? Brooklyn, all these different ones are like, oh, we can have Sweetwater, we can reach national level, and it
Oh
gave
yeah.
hope to a lot of the smaller breweries. So there's always a great story with that kind of stuff.
I actually had one of the Sweetwaters. It was the tropical. It was like a gummy. It looked like gummies on
Oh yeah, the
the
gummies
can.
one. It's the gummies.
Yeah,
You had that
yeah. I
recently?
had. Yeah, I tried it actually yesterday. Like I had
Oh,
a
interesting.
little bit. Yeah, me and my brother had a couple beers after dinner, because I went out and had dinner with him, and then
Awesome.
we went back to his house and had a couple beers. And I had that one. I was like, oh man, it was actually pretty solid.
It's that's
I haven't had.
that I don't know if that's totally the best representation of their more what
Hmm.
they have, but no, gummies is a great beer for people. And again, you enjoyed it, but a lot of people are naysayers to IPA, so sometimes you have to have a little more flavor forward stuff in
Oh
terms
yeah,
of
definitely.
having fruit punch and tropical and all that, which is totally fine. but I would definitely, you should check out some of the other beers that are just more, they're straight up IPA. They
Mm-hmm.
call it the OG, the yellow OG,
Oh
and a
yeah.
couple other ones. So there's ones, but you know, in order to make your money and expand, it's to educate and bring in more customers. So I
Oh, for
definitely want to
sure.
work on getting you a little pack of Sweetwater stuff so you can try that. But any
Oh yeah.
brewery in Atlanta or otherwise, I think you should get some more beers I have sent out to you. We'll talk about that though.
Oh yeah. No, I'm down for it all. And because I've had one of their other ones, I can't remember which one it was, but I saved a couple because I knew when I talked to Latrice, we we had a couple beers, and I had that. I had one of the Sweetwater ones. Well, I think it was either Latrice or might have been Grant McCauley, the beat writer for one of the beat writers for the Braves.
Word. Oh,
Yes, I think it might have been. It was one of those two, but I know I've talked to a couple of them from Atlanta, so I was like, I knew
got
I
a
had
lot
to have.
more. I got a lot more for you.
Oh,
We're
I'm
gonna be
down.
homies, and I'm looking forward to show off my lovely city. I just left Nantucket. I was there today with the Nappy Roots,
Oh,
in their
nice.
brewery, which is the second black-owned brick and mortar in Georgia history. And these guys, yeah, they got the Grammys and all that. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the biggest hit songs in hip hop
Oh,
history.
no, it was like one of my favorites.
Good Day.
Yeah.
But they're just down to earth and really passionate about making beer, man. And they're also part of this organization called the National Black Brewers Association. And it started with one of an icon in the basketball industry, Kevin, and he kind of just brought us all in to unify us and say, hey, we need to make a stance here. So now it's even better and bigger, and we're working together to make a beer. Black is Beautiful and all these other different types of beers
Nice.
that are really just going to take things to the next level. So shout out to them, MB2A for sure.
That's awesome, man. And when you came to Atlanta, what year did you come move over from New York?
So I was in school. My folks were still living in Shaker Heights, Ohio. My dad got a dope job with Emory University, moved there in 90, and I was just graduating high school then, telling on my age, but I have no problem with that. I say I'm just wiser, not older.
Oh, okay.
And then from Cornell, I just moved directly there, but I would visit Atlanta during my breaks.
Okay.
And it's just, I was like, whoa. So you're leaving Ithaca, New York, where I was
Yeah.
born, and all my peoples are there. And it was dope to just see some of the people I went to elementary school with and hang out with them, and along with the people I went to school with at Cornell. And going down there, man, the big city, Freaknik was just popping.
Wow.
I don't know if you're familiar with Freaknik, but that is
Mm-mm.
like a thing. There's a documentary on it right now that's going on, but it was just a big ongoing party during a weekend in Atlanta, and people come from all over the place to party,
Oh, that's
shut
awesome.
down highways, and just have a good time. It was music oriented, and it was a beautiful time. But seeing that and seeing how this was a developing city that definitely needed a beer presence, that was
Yeah.
something when I got out of school, put some time in and be like, okay, we need to make this more of a beer capital. There's everything else there, especially for Black people. There's Black mayors. How often do you see that, especially in the US?
Mm-hmm.
There's Black police chiefs, there's Black fire chiefs. There's all these different things that empower and show that we can be a part of this country on a very executive level. And that gave me that influence to really be a little more of a aggressive position in terms of being that Black authority for beer. So it just really made me happen from the culture of what Atlanta had to present.
That's awesome, man. I mean, and like, when you have it's like we mentioned earlier, just like when you have that community and like that community, like you want to be a part of and you want to support and you want to
That's right.
do what you can to, to help bring them up and any of that. I mean, and it doesn't matter who it is, as long as
That's right.
you're helping people out, and it's all that matters.
And beer community brings in, it's not just Black, it's white, it's brown, it's
Yeah.
all, no matter what it is, we're all together collectively to make a great liquid. But it's not just the sipping part of it, it's the people behind it, their grind and story to make this thing a reality. It's really tough, bro. And
Oh
that's one of the
yeah.
things that made me passionate to cover the beer industry, is writing about their stories.
Oh yeah.
And then you have the link of culinary with beer, and then you go
Mm-hmm.
into the culinary side, which I studied as well. So then I had to always bring those two together as much as possible.
Oh, for sure. And like, when it comes to food pairings or anything like
There
that,
you go.
that's always, big to talk about. But I mean, like you were saying about like everybody just trying to make it, like, and that's what I always like. One thing I always say on the show is that it's like, I love to talk to those people, or like talk to the brewers and talk to the owners, because you can hear like that success story, because it's like everybody's destination is the same. Like everybody
That's right.
wants to open up their own brewery or to be a head brewer or director of brewing operations. But the journey to get there is different.
That's
So
right.
like you
That's
have
right.
some
And
people
it's
that
so
just shadow, or some people that
right.
homebrew, or yeah.
And there's different facets. It's not just making
Mm-hmm.
beer. There's
Oh yeah.
there's design, there's merchandise, there's my homies with drought season who do really dope things.
Oh
Again,
yeah.
the ALMX thing that's going on. There's so many
Beer
people that are
education too.
doing
Yeah.
things in different places around the country that need to be supported. And it opens the door for a lot of things, but people have to be open-minded to help embrace and support these people.
Oh yeah, for sure. And when it comes to craft beer too, I always joke, like, say like they just need to find their gateway drug into craft beer, and
There
they're
you
gonna
go.
find their right one, and that'll
What
be
was
it.
yours? What was yours, man?
Man. So okay, so when I first started drinking craft beer, I started drinking Stone, but the first one I ever had was a double bastard, and I was like,
Oh,
what
hell
the?
yeah.
I was like, what is this? Like, I don't like. I don't was like, this isn't good to me. My
Yeah.
palate wasn't all that refined yet. But then I remember I had the regular Stone IPA, and I was like, oh. And then I remember like maybe I might have stolen a couple Sierra Nevada bottles from my dad's, cupboard. I mean, stuff like that, but. I remember thinking like Amstel Light was like, oh my gosh, Amstel Light
Right.
too. But it was probably Stone was like my first like craft beer one. But then when I went to Escondido with my buddies to go down there for the first time, it was Dogfish Head. Actually, it was like the
Oh,
one that
wow.
made me feel like, I think it was called Midas Touch. Yeah, I think that
Yep.
was the first one I ever had, like where I was like, oh man, this is what like what kind of beer is this? Like where can I find this? Is there anywhere in the like? But back then it was back in like
That- That's a
2009.
great one to pick, man. It's funny. So the MB2A, we all went up there and hung out in Delaware with Sam and the rest of the team, his lovely wife, and then the rest of Dogfish Head. And it was an amazing experience. I mean, that's my homie already. He's one of the coolest
Yeah,
people. Sam, co-founder of Dogfish. But it was just amazing going out there and kicking it with him. But Midas, that now that you say that, it was one that introduces so many flavors, and it was more embracing the history of beer. So that's why I
yeah.
call it this was, because and it showed that there's some multi-balance along with the hops and a way you can make a lot of different flavors. So that was another beer that was very accessible. The 60-minute was one of my favorite ones that
Mm-hmm.
really introduced me to hops. And you're a hophead. If you love anything from Stone, then you already
Oh
knew it
yeah.
was popping already. Yeah.
Yep.
So you're a hophead, my man.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll
Naturally.
always. Oh yeah, and it's like for me too. Like when it comes to like, I mean, I've gotten as much as I used to love like the triples and quads and stuff like that
Hmm.
before. Now, I mean, I have been like where I'll stick to like a West Coast, or I'll like usually if I go to a brewery, the first thing I'll order is their Pilsner, because I know if they did that well, then everything else is probably pretty good.
Yeah.
But sours too, like I try to mix it up because I don't want to just get bored with with a certain style. And hazies too, I'll throw in the occasional hazy. But
Word.
yeah, but
So you more
definitely for
clear
sure,
IPA, West Coast kind of
you
guy?
got it. Yeah,
Look, we're homies already, brother.
I'm
There are some
down.
good hazies, and honestly,
Hmm.
when I do my a few of the Ale Max ones, I don't want it too hazy. I don't want to chew an IPA.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, it can have a slight haze to it. And then I was just interviewed with Alchemist. Great people.
yeah.
They're just shout out to them. They with the heady topper is just so iconic.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And the story behind it and all that. So those are kind of ones that you're like, okay, yeah. I mean, Pliny's not even a hazy. It's more just
Hmm.
but those kind of beers is never issue with me having those. But sometimes I just want that clear, just smack you in the face
Oh
type
yeah.
of, I don't feel as heavy drinking them, but hazies
Hmm.
have their place. And I think they really help save a lot of the beer industry with the innovations that hazies do.
Yeah, 1000%. Because I feel like anytime if you talk to people that are newly into craft beer, like a lot of times they say like, yeah, it was a hazy. Like I started drinking a hazy, or I started drinking a sour.
That's right.
Because like the whole haze craze happened, and like there was like everybody had like 10 different hazies on their menu,
Yeah.
and it was like, but I mean it's good though, because it got people to go in and try something different. And then,
Mhm.
sometimes they try that and then they might try a West Coast, or they might,
Yeah,
try like a West Coast Pilsner, or, stuff like that. So
absolutely.
yeah, man. I did want you to tell us about alesharpton.com, because I mean, I want to be able to, so everyone can go out and check out
Oh,
your stuff.
of course. I It's fun. I like that platform is to let people know what's going on and really show love to other breweries. So alesharpton.com is always something for people, like if I have an event going on, I'll have a press release on there and things that kind of keep things structural. I think my Instagram is something that just kind of shows a lot of what I do
Mm-hmm.
on the regular. It's hard to update, man. It's so much stuff to put in
Oh yeah.
content and stuff. So I try to keep it refreshed as much as possible, but I really love the platform because I'm into photography
Mm-hmm.
and videography now, but also just it's a good way to kind of give immediate attention to something I have going on. So my Instagram is Real Ale Sharpton, RealAle Sharpton, and it's just fun, and I really enjoy putting stuff on there when I have the time. I'm about to
Yeah.
travel a lot, man, working with a few companies and stuff. We're on the consulting side, which has really been my thing that's really a big favorite of mine, be it beverage, food, or I'm a creative director. So logos, coming up with advertising, come up with
Yeah.
campaigns, that's just the shit I went to school for, and I really can wake up in the morning. If that was the only thing I was going to do for the rest of my life, I would love to do that. Somehow beer be orientated into that, but this is my thing. I love creative direction, man. This is something, and then clothing, of course,
Yeah.
which is my thing too. So that kind of those two, I'm rocking and rolling. But yeah, thanks for asking about my website. I appreciate that.
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, that's what, like, I was like, I had this whole intro plan in my head. I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about Hero Award-winning writer and all these different things. And then I just, like, I get on here with you, and I was just like, get a little starstruck with you, just because, like, all the stuff you've accomplished in your life, man.
Yeah,
That's like,
that means a lot, brother.
yeah,
These things, like a lot of people look to see. You're not the case with this, but
yeah,
oh wait, how many numbers do they have, or all that kind of
mm-hmm,
thing. I'm a more about a person who's about passion and being
yep,
accessible when I can. I'm all over the place, but I really appreciate what you do and all the people who've interviewed me, because you at the same time are showing respect for the grind I put in. And my
oh yeah,
thing, what I used to do before even being Ale Sharpton, was interviewing rappers or interviewing executives of companies for various magazines and people I've worked with. I work with a shitload of media people.
that's
Um,
awesome.
and I've interviewed these people where I'm like, the starstruck thing you said, or just in general, having so much respect for what they've done. I said, one day, if I'm ever in that position, I'm not going to be a dick to that. I want to be a
Yeah,
person who's going to be accessible and really enjoy the interviews and all that, because I love asking people questions about their life story. And I've met a lot of cool celebrities, and even Al Sharpton read
mm-hmm.
about me in Forbes magazine and flew down to meet me. And
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
awesome.
that kind of stuff is dope. Like, I'm like,
Yeah,
he's like, no, forget about me. Let me know about you and more about your story. I was floored by that. Those are things that
yeah.
are very reciprocal and very just dope. But in your case, I just appreciate you having me on, and I really wish you much success in what you got going on with your podcast, man. And once you get me on and do all your technical things, I'd love to share it
Oh, for sure.
and keep rocking, man. But yeah, let's
Oh,
keep going.
yeah, definitely, man. Like, I love, like, and that's why, I mean, I like to do like the Instagram spotlight episodes. I like to go talk to people
Yeah.
at breweries, and like that's why I wanted to have Latrice on, because I mean, I feel like beer education is so important, and you're like, and it's like just getting people, like, if I can talk to people in, different states, like, like, you're in Georgia, and I can talk to people in New York, and then it almost becomes like travel too. So if you go to those places, you can go like, oh, I remember Mike had an episode with so and so in Atlanta, or someone in say Pennsylvania. Oh, and they mentioned these breweries, so then they can go do that and then support those local communities when they're traveling too. So,
There you go. Yeah, we all gotta work together on this, man. And
oh yeah,
it's beyond, stardom and being a celebrity and all. It's all about
mm-hmm.
supporting our people, man. And I love working in beer world, because honestly, to me, it's one of the most down to earth
It really is. Yeah.
industries in general, man. It just, the people, when you hear about how the brewers started. Another key thing, what I love about breweries is they embrace maybe 90% of the time their local community.
Mm-hmm.
So, or why they started in this city. There's a great story to that. You ask any brewery owner, they usually would have something that talks about why they set up shop in this city. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
So, or town or little, even, it's just always a great story, and it's them fighting and scrapping because it's not she, the brewing industry. They can make it that way, but all of it
Yeah.
is really a struggle that hopefully there's a reward at the end.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and that's what, and that's why I feel like this is kind of like my reward because I get to talk to people like you and I get to talk to,
Appreciate.
yeah, I mean, stuff like that. I mean, like that to me, that's the best. And then we get to have a beer and, essentially just shoot the shit and, and find out about somebody's life because like we said earlier, like everybody's trying to get to the same place, but
That's right.
I mean, we're just, just a couple guys having a couple beers.
That's right. That's right. With a good passion of making people better all the way around. That's what I'm about.
Oh yeah. And try to make people happy with the stuff that you put out.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you. If you can't make this event, that's all good. But I have so many other things going on. I'm working alongside the Giving Kitchen,
Okay.
which is a great organization, man. And they initially started in the food industry to help out people who are in need, people who get hurt on the job, people who might have even got fired, or someone who got sick and needed some help financially. This thing started with a homie Jen and the rest of the organization. And what they do is it's a nonprofit and they help them. But I'm helping them on the beer side to kind of expand it even more, where people in the brewing industry something might happen to them. There's always something that's going on in both the culinary and beverage industry where the workers definitely need some help. So I love working with them. They're good people. They have a thing called Team Heidi coming up, which is dope. I have it on my Instagram, but I really just am about giving and helping people out, man. It's really a passion. It makes me go to bed at night a lot easier.
Oh yeah.
And I think there's definite avenues where we can all explore that down the line.
Yeah. I mean, it's about, showing empathy and it's about like, being there for one another and like, because it's real easy to be an asshole, but it's a lot harder to be just a good person and to do good in this world. So,
Yeah.
I
That should
mean,
be a
and
bumper sticker. It's really easy to be an asshole.
yeah. So just be nice. I quote Mr. Feeney all the time from Boy Meets World. I always say, yeah, do good.
That's it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what I want to ask you too? Did you ever try brewing?
Yes. I brewed one of my homies, man, John Sherry. I judged his beers for a lot of events and he just kept winning. I'm like, dude, you're a bad
Yeah.
And when you're ready, I would love to help your journey. I know you have dreams to do something bigger. And
Yeah.
he said, yeah, I do. But he's a gentle giant, man, but he can brew. And he was with his brother who brewed with him for a while, but then he just took it. And I said, I want to make a beer with you. So I got with him. Then my brother Lamont made a beer with him. And my first beer I made with him was called Chocolate Mint Pimp. And it was a chocolate mint stout. And that was the
Ooh,
first beer I actually brewed and was fire. It was 10% and delicious. And
that
it was
sounds
so
amazing.
scientific. When you actually brew and see how hard it is and checking the temperatures and watching it, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's culinary, it's chemistry. Like, brewers are geniuses to me because at the end of the day, they don't get enough credit, man.
Oh yeah.
They don't get credit for, and even biologically, to know what they're gonna make, and then like
Yeah.
it's nuts, man. So, and then there's the design element. Beer brings a lot of that together.
Mm-hmm.
So with him though, which is really great, we worked with him. I started just like getting the word out, helping him get the word out because he's very soft spoken. He started entering a lot more competitions. He kept winning, especially known for his stouts, but he makes everything like
Yeah.
ridiculous. Now he has a brewery called Little Cottage, and it's in Evandale Estates, which is voted many times as and awarded as one of the best small beer cities in the country. So he opened up and he's killing it.
That's
He's into
awesome.
heavy metal, so that's his thing, and he has a whole vibe, and now he's just that dude, and I'm just happy about that. So to answer your question, that was my first beer, and then I went on to making another beer with him, and then my brother made beer with him, and then I made a beer with New Belgium. And
Okay.
that was one where they brought me in as a consultant to help diversify not only their community and their workforce and be more cognizant of what's going on in the world, but also just in terms of just diversifying in general on a
Yeah.
holistic level. And they said, yeah, I said, yeah, I'll come in. And I think making a beer would be the best deal to do that as a consultant. They said, yeah, but making a beer, we got to come up with the concept and the style. I said, I had
Mm-hmm.
everything. So when I met with them, dude, I had the whole design of piano keys written out. I call it piano keys because it's a chocolate vanilla imperial stout. And I picked that. They're
Wow.
like, why you pick that? And I said, I'm picking that because y'all don't make stouts like that.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, I love it. But then we got to come up with the design. I had it all. I'm an artist as well. So I had it all drawn out. You hear me out? Piano keys, Campbell? Shout out to my wife. She's looking out for me. But
Thanks for thanks. Shout out to your wife for thanks for
oh yeah,
having
no
me
doubt. And I'm a
for letting us do
jazz
this for a bit.
fanatic. I'm a jazz fanatic, so I implemented that into it. So ebony ivory, chocolate vanilla, but also black white. People coming together.
Yeah.
So the can came out super dope. This is it.
Oh, I love that.
And arguably the first black man to be on a can, his name on there, Ale Sharpton. So that's there.
Love
And
that.
it just this design here with the piano. Then I designed the clothing for it, which is really fun, and then the fundraising element with Brewgather, where we raise funds for urban community, urban gardens, and go from there. So man, it's an awesome journey. I do collaborate with a lot of different people, but I don't do too many collaborations. It's more about maybe the design, which I love, or
Hmm?
merch ideas, which I again, clothing and
Yeah.
concepts. That's my shit. So,
Oh, of course. I mean, and you
I'm
gotta.
gonna save you one of these. There's only like not many left, and they're not on sale.
Okay.
They're gone. They're sold out. But this is more of a collector's thing. But I'm gonna save one for you.
Oh, I appreciate it. And then I mean, the more because you said it was like a vanilla stout. I'm
Chocolate
stout,
vanilla,
chocolate vanilla.
and the chocolate's from Africa, where I'm really keeping it real.
There you go.
London, it's not a game out here, and that was
Yeah.
made by Chocolato, which is a small boutique chocolatier here in Atlanta. So they were like, yeah, we're going to get their nibs and get it shipped over to Colorado. And we made
How
it
cool is
there.
that?
And this is year 6. So it's nutty, bro. I
That's
try to
that.
do as much legendary shit with my
Yeah.
name associated as possible.
That's awesome, brother.
Yeah.
And because I mean, like you're talking about all the stuff that you're doing. Because I mean, like you said, you're a photographer. You're also a speaker. You're a beer judge. Like, what's the speaking aspect of it too? Like, how often are you doing that? A lot, or like even beer judging and all that stuff too?
It's very consistent. I'm going to Kansas City. There's a beer weekend going on, and
Oh,
I'm a part of a film that's winning awards worldwide called One Pint at a Time. Shout out to Aaron Jose, his lovely wife, B. And they are killing it, and it's all over the place. And it's a documentary about the trials and tribulations of Black brewers and how hard it is to get in the industry, but it's so heartfelt. And I'm part of that, which I'm proud to say. So they're doing a screening, which is really dope. And then they're putting it on by Vine Street, and they're flying me out there to have a good time, but also bring some awareness to what's going on with stuff. So shout out to them, and that's in Kansas City. Again, MB2A is going to be heavily involved with a lot of stuff.
okay.
But yeah, man, it's a movement, man. And then we're doing AleMax in Nashville the next day, the 23rd. So we're bringing in Bearded Iris. We're doing something there, which is going to be amazing as well. So I'm spreading the word around and love for beer, man, wherever I can go. But speaking, I love to do it because you're never nervous when you know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
I tell a lot of people that, a lot of kids, I'm going to schools and talking to kids, and you don't push the beer thing too much, but also talk about my life as writing about cars and writing about clothing, writing about sneakers, being an influencer in a lot of other ways. And so the kids loved it, man. I'm talking to, I think the grade was 6th grade this time, but then there's 8th grade. I'm going to be doing that and speaking to them, but it's not just about beer, but it's all about journalism, writing about design, anything that's really dope. So I'll try to tap in all my talents and do what I love. So I wake up in the morning, I have to say, oh, fuck, I go to work. It's like, oh, let's get to work.
Oh yeah. And that's I mean, you have to when you do what you do, you have to you have to attack life with that zeal and that vigor, be willing to just go after it.
But you're doing it too, man. And you have your podcast. And I know you're not oh damn, I gotta do this interview tonight. It's more like I already get the vibe that you're just really about, learning about people, but also getting your
Mm-hmm.
brand out there, man. I wish you much success in what you're doing.
No, man, I really appreciate it, and that's what it's all about for me. Just being able to hear the success stories, and if it motivates one person, then like I said,
That's it.
that's it, and I've done my job. So it
Dig it.
makes me happy though.
Right on.
You mentioned like earlier like the cars and stuff because I did want to ask you about because I saw your thing that cruising for a bruising, but
Yes.
like bruising like a beer. Could you tell us about that?
Definitely. I've always had a love for cars, and there was just a situation where I met the right people. There was not a lot of black representation as well. I guess I find a way. Ivy League schools, cars,
Mm-hmm.
beer.
Yeah.
Black representation is just not like popping like that. But
Yeah.
it just was something fun where I got in at the right time. And cars, of course, is not associated with beer. Very, very cognizant of that and very careful of that. But also, it's about the design. And I'm more of when I talk about it, more just down to earth and talking about what I think is really dope about the cars, where a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people who are experts talk about a lot more of the powertrain, all this other kind of stuff. I think this is
Yeah.
really cool. And I do talk about powertrain, but it's more of just on a kind of broader level, but at the same time, giving respect to executives and people working in the car industry, which I love to do. I'm a
Yeah.
people person, so I talk about them and how there's so many journeys to get to where you are to be executive in the car
Mm-hmm.
industry,
Yep.
which is amazing too. And it's like, wow, well, I used to work in this factory and then I met somebody. It's the same thing with beer
Yep.
in a lot of ways. But yeah, so the car thing is just something that's really fun to do as well.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And like, what's
Well,
the video series? Is it like so? It's about beers and it's obviously about cars. Do you have like a favorite kind of like? Do you like old like muscle cars or what are you into?
you know what? I can't do muscle cars in Atlanta, man. First of all, traffic
Okay.
sucks.
Yeah.
But there's one damn thing to change. If there was maybe a subway system or something, I
Okay.
don't know what we can do, but the traffic is horrendous. But
Yeah.
I don't care. I love the city this much, and so does everybody else who lives here. It keeps
Hmm.
moving here knowing the traffic sucks. LA shit
Oh, it's terrible.
it's not a walk in the park either.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're top 3 worst traffic cities in the nation. But muscle cars is not a great place to experiment with them. So yeah, I love
Yeah.
to drive them, but it's more just about technology.
Oh, for
Electric
sure.
cars are popping right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm about comfort. I love leather seats and all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and smooth driving cars. So that's my kind of my thing. And design, of course, the way it looks and all that type of thing. But I don't need to be exotic guy. I don't need to pull up and think I'm the thing with a Lamborghini, which is crazy. I love Lamborghini trucks and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm just more a broader person and respecting technology and things that cars introduce every year.
Oh, for sure. And it's
Yeah, so
funny
I'm
because
more a
we.
up-to-date guy.
Oh yeah, and it's funny how you mentioned traffic. Like we always, what I've been saying out here lately is like we don't measure it by miles, we measure by minutes. It's going to take to
That's
get
right.
there.
Oh gosh. I have so many shortcuts, and my wife used to give me a problem with saying, "Why do you keep using Waze? We're going right here." I said, "Because there's going to be something that will stop us, and we got to know some other ways
Oh
to go
yeah,
there." See, Waze. Oh, that's there. It is. Damn,
yeah,
they're good marketers. But
yeah.
yeah, but now she's like, "Okay, I get it." You know what I mean? It's like even something's 10 minutes away. I'm looking to see if make sure we're good. It's on that
Oh
level.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Same. Like I mean, anytime I go somewhere, I still pop it in the GPS just to see like, all right, how long, like
Hey,
when I'm going to get there.
you got to. You
Even though
got
I've
to, bro.
even though I've been to the same liquor store 1,000 times.
Gotta get there. Right, right,
Yeah,
right. Hey, you gotta look and see what's popping, man. But yeah, I love
exactly.
Atlanta, man. You'll see why when you come here to hang out, man, and definitely look forward to kicking it with you.
Oh yeah, man, that'll be a blast, and almost perfect segue because we talked about ways a little bit, but you also have all ways always
Oh yeah,
open.
always
Yeah,
open.
yeah. Tell
Hey,
us
you're
about that.
good. You did some research. I respect you on that.
Yeah.
I spell it a little differently, ALL, and then
Mm-hmm.
ways open. No
Yep.
Z, just the regular way. But I started that with 2 brothers, Mike Moore and Eric Nine, and we wanted to start doing art shows in Atlanta and produce them.
Okay.
And these guys are amazing in their own ways, in a lot of ways, doing just things that would incorporate what talent Atlanta has. And we did, honestly, I'm going to say it right now. I would say best art show in Atlanta. But my
Okay.
Bailey, a lot of people doing a lot of different things. We all have our opinions, but we did one with Hebrew Brantley, which was sick. And it was at Lowe's Hotel. And it was just something for the ages. And we are always about doing something. See, always again, doing
Yeah.
something different. And from there, I just took that creative energy and did a lot of producing of art shows, beer events, movie screenings, whatever the case is, and utilizing my creative energy and direction to make something even better. So there's mural events that I'm doing now, beautifying this lovely city of Atlanta, but also just in general, that's my creative agency. So Always Open is just something that I feel proud about. So thank you for knowing about that, man. That's something that I always have in the background is what I do. Always Open represents me.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And that's what, like, you want to be able to, you want to be that guy, because it's almost, I mean, I always like kind of quote Shawshank all the time. I always say, get busy living or get busy dying, like Red says.
There
And
you
it's like,
go.
and you got to keep, you got to keep those things, you got to keep yourself going. Like you have
Yeah, my
to
hands are in a
push
lot of
yourself
things.
every day.
That's right, brother. And when you're an entrepreneur like yourself, people say when you not working, and I said I don't know what that means
Yeah.
because you're always going to get a text or something that involves your talents and your
Mm-hmm.
skills, and that's working. So it could be at the middle of the night, it could be in the morning, but you're always working to help better yourself and broaden your horizons with stuff and be successful. And we got to eat. We got to make
Yep.
that paper.
You
So
know it.
why not do it with your skills that you're blessed with?
Oh, exactly. And that's what it's all about, being able to, because I mean, like you said, like we're always working. It could be 5 a.m. It could be 6 a.m. There's times where I wake up and I'm like, oh, wait a second. I got to work on this thing. Or I got to make sure to have a post for this, like, a post for this specific day during the week or
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that's
So, I mean,
right.
yeah, it's
That's
like,
right.
thank goodness for scheduling, because then I could do I can do a bunch of stuff online and be able to set it up to just schedule it to go out. So thankfully there's that, but there are days where it's like, yeah, it's super busy and, we're trying to get through it, but we do it because
But
we
it's your
love it.
passion. It's your
Yep.
love. And I love writing still. I maintain my journalism, whether it's through social media or articles. So working with people like Thrillist and Infatuation, I got to give
Hmm.
them a shout out, man. They really, and my homegirl Nina and everybody who's there, they really are open to broadening the platform in terms of people and their audience. They really embrace the cultures. They're really big on diversity. So I just did one interviewing 3 Black authorities in the beer industry about pairing their favorite dish in Atlanta with a beer, and that was really an awesome time. So I love still writing and all that. It's just finding the time to make that a
Oh
perfect
yeah.
fit. Yeah,
I mean, and you're a busy man, but I mean, like when opportunity strikes, or if it's
that's it.
something that, like, like something that sparks in your head, I mean, then I mean, you'll go back to it.
Dig it. Right on, my man.
Do you have, like, when it comes to food pairings, because that one thing I always love to ask people too is like burgers, wings, or pizza, or we can throw tacos in there too, because we did talk about tacos a little earlier. But what would be your favorite thing? And like, so if you were gonna have like, that with a beer, like one of those foods with a beer, what would you prefer?
Tacos, because you diversify a lot more. If you're having a burger, you can have a lot of different burgers and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
get that. But with tacos, man, it's just the hands-on
Oh yeah.
feel of it, and then the shell. And I'm a tortilla guy. It
Oh,
just feels the
same.
more to me.
Oh yeah.
And then when I go to Cali, I make sure I get the real deal tacos. You feel me?
Oh, there you go.
But I think that one, because then you can have fish in there, you can have chicken, you have vegetables. My
Mm-hmm.
diet is actually pretty strict. I get clowned on a lot, and this is people I
That's
think
a
are envious to know that I have the restriction to know what to eat and what not to eat.
okay.
But because I drink a lot of beer as it is, so I want to have
Yeah.
a little bit of balance to say what I don't and do
Oh
eat.
yeah.
But tacos, you could just have so many herbs and spices and different types of things that go into it, and it's not a lot. A burger is a lot to me. Eating a
Oh
burger is a
yeah.
lot of a meal, but having a taco, I can order which we did tonight, a veggie, fish, and a chicken, and then there's different beers I would pair with that as it
Oh
is.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go with tacos, brother. Definitely.
Okay.
I'm Jamaican. There's a lot of Jamaican food,
Nice.
and there's a lot of I'm a Thai food is honestly my favorite food. I've been to Thailand 3 times, and even here, though, American Thai spots are authentic, and that's my favorite style of food. I'm good with that. They have a lot of non-dairy items that I really get in with, and they're still delicious. So
That's awesome. I mean,
maybe.
yeah, I mean, as long as like if you have your food, I mean, you have like you have good food, good beer, and what more do you need?
That's it, brother, man. Yeah, so a good question. Yeah, I would say Thai food and tacos.
Nice. Okay. Another thing I wanted to ask you because I don't want to keep you too long, but so I know we talked a little bit about sports. So do you have like, you know, so you're a Yankee fan, but I know
Sports
you were
fan,
hanging out in
huge
Atlanta.
sports fan.
Yeah. So what are some of your other teams,
Honestly,
or do you have just
don't
favorite
follow. I
sports?
don't.
Maybe.
The only team I'm loyal to is the Yankees, just because
Okay.
I grew up with them since I was born. My dad is from the Bronx, so it was like there was no question. Phil Rizzuto and 11 Alive when I was in Ithaca, that was it. It was Yankees. So that's easy money is the only team. But I'm a player person. So
Okay.
I was initially Dr. J, then it was Dominique Wilkins, and then it was Kobe, and then it
Okay.
was Kevin Durant. I respect a lot of players, so I follow wherever they're going.
Okay.
And it's amazing to make it where I was a Lakers fan because Kobe was on there. But like in
Yeah.
general, I'm following the guys I really F with. And then football, a lot of my uncles and godfathers played football, so I
Oh
would
wow.
just follow the teams they were. So that would be the Chargers. My uncle Wilbur Young, he had like 13 and a half sacks one season and
Oh
still
wow.
got tripped from the All Pro team, which I'm very salty about still.
Oh
But
dang.
Wilbur Young, check him out. And then Tony Gonzalez is a cousin of mine, so he played with a
Oh
lot of
awesome.
people. He's a tight end.
Yeah, one of the
Um,
greatest of all time, if not the
yeah, there you
greatest.
go, right? So I follow these people that are family, so I didn't really have a team there, but I'm a fantasy football player.
Okay.
So it's about whoever's on my fantasy squad, honestly.
I'm
And I
with you.
have a lot of, I'm in 4 leagues. I help run one called the Draftsman, which has a lot of just beer people in, which is really competitive, which is really fun. But I'm a sports guy. I'm a hockey guy.
Oh yeah.
I used to write about hockey, and I did an article on enforcers. I did an article on black players in hockey,
Oh
which
awesome.
was really dope. So yeah, I'm a hockey guy. I started
Same.
fighting back, which is the perfect balance
Yeah.
of I think what's happening here. So this dude from Rangers, I forgot his name, but he's starting to bring that kind of fighting element. He talked about it on my favorite show, PTI, Party
Hmm.
Interruption, and they talked about how it's like kind of starting to come back, which is really dope. Oh, they talked about on Pat McAfee's show.
Yeah.
That they
I
talked
know
about
who you're talking about, the player, because he used to play for somebody else. He used to play for the Knights, and then he went to
oh,
the
really?
Rangers. Yeah, but yeah, I know who you're talking about. He
He's
likes
a
to throw
rookie
down.
though. This guy's a rookie.
He's a rookie. Okay, then
Yeah, this is a
I
new
thought it was
dude.
a
He got
different
a
guy.
shiner. He's walking around. You're talking about oh
I
man.
can't
I
think of
know
his
you're
name
talking.
right now.
Is it brother
Yeah,
Kane? You talking about Kane?
no, it's I'm gonna have.
Vander? You're not talking about Vander? Okay.
Oh no, I think it might be someone. I'd have to look.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'll have to to
But I
figure
know all
that.
the enforcers.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
talking Jay Miller, Craig
Hmm.
Berube. I'm talking about McSorley,
Oh yeah.
Peter Roel. I'm talking about Denny Lacroix.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, there's that thing going on there that is George Lacroix. Sorry,
Okay.
that there are people out there that are menaces, and I just wish for that to come back a little bit. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I mean, because I mean that's one thing I love about hockey and even like because I mean I love hockey as well. I grew up like an Avalanche fan because I never was into
sure.
it.
Patrick Waugh, all
Yeah,
that
oh yeah,
time.
It was Joe Sakic for me. Like
Oh,
like
oh,
Joe
fucking
Sakic
beast.
and Peter Forsberg and Chris Drury
Edmonton's
and
my squad.
Rob Blake. Oh okay, the Oilers, nice.
Edmonton, because of Grant Fuhr
Hmm.
originally, but also, I mean, Gretzky just happened
Oh,
to be in there.
of
But then
course.
there's Messi, and then like all they had those snipers there,
Hmm.
and then so yeah, I think Edmonton is my joint. But when we had the Thrashers, that was always so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that was
Like
dope.
those are like just kind of like a throwback. Like hearing that name just like brought back like memories of like NHL hits 2002 for like the GameCube or whatever it was or the PlayStation 2.
What name? What name? What name?
The Thrashers. Hearing the Thrashers
Oh
made me
yeah,
think.
of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
made me think of those games because that was like one of my favorite games I ever played was like NHL hits 2002, and I would play this because it was 3-on-3 hockey, and it was like all the open ice. It was just it was so fun to play.
Man, tell you, and video games, dude. I personally and on purposely do not play because I would just be so engaged. Like Madden, I'm
Yeah,
too much of a sports fan. I've never played Madden in my life.
yeah. Oh
That's like
really?
saying I'm never gonna try crack.
Yeah.
Because I know how addictive that shit is. And I hear stories and I see how my boys like, I'm about to go play Madden. I'm like, nope.
Yep.
Tecmo was the last cutoff.
Tecmo
Bowl.
Bowl. Okay. Banger
Super
game.
Tecmo Bowl. And then after that, I'm like, I can't. I just would be too much into it. And, I like to maintain my relationship, maintain,
Yeah.
make it my entrepreneur. So it's hard to,
Oh, for
I
sure.
always got to be places. I just know it'd be trouble, man. I know it.
Oh yeah, and I'm kind of the same way because I love video games, but I will not like Call of Duty. I love like adventure kind of style games, or like with like a story. But when I would play, like I would notice like I'd be playing and then like 5 hours would go by. I'm like, wait a second, what happened?
Exactly.
almost waking up from a blackout. Like, how did I get here? Kind of thing. Like, what time is it? When did it get dark?
Board games. I'll play some spades though. I'll bust some asses.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, spades is always fun. Like poker's always fun with the boys, and all that sort of stuff. And then then you get to have a few beers. And one thing we used to do is like we used to get some of the guys together, and we'd get different. They'd bring a beer or two from like a brewery that they knew about, and get together and kind of share that sort of stuff. Almost like craft trading, but close by.
No doubt, man. Always bottle share is always dope. I host those. I did a really dope one last year, co-hosted by Garrett Oliver, who I talked about before. And we did it for the National Black Brewers Association, and that was dope. That was an amazing experience, and that was in Nashville. So that was really dope, man. So
That's
gotta
awesome.
keep it going.
Oh yeah, man. And like I said, I don't want to keep it too long. Do you have anything else coming up that you want to promote or plug or anything?
AleMex is my most immediate thing, but then that's March 22nd and 23rd, one in Atlanta and then Nashville.
Okay.
But also I got some things in the works, honestly, and I don't like to talk about them to totally in there because,
Okay.
I don't like to overpromise. But
no worries.
I appreciate you asking. Team Heidi's coming up again. That's with Giving Kitchen, which is going to be amazing experience. But besides that, you'll know it on my Instagram, again, Real Ale Sharpton, and then on my website, which is alesharpton.com. But shout out to you, man, and thank you for having me, man. I appreciate you, and we'll be in touch. Hopefully I get to keep it with you, Orange County, too, man.
Oh, dude, I'm down, man. We'll take you to all the spots over here.
Let's go. Let's get it cracking.
Let's do it. So yeah, so we'll stay on and we'll chat for a few minutes. You guys don't get to hear that, but we'll stay on and chat for a couple minutes, brother. All right.
Peace, y'all.
Thanks, brother.
My man.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview with my buddy Dennis Malcolm Byron at Real Ale Sharpton on Instagram. So make sure you check it out. Now we're at the What's New at Noble segment of the episode, and I have from my left to right we have Josh, Paul, Jimmy, and Cam. What's going on, fellas?
We're tired. No, you know what? No. Let's just start this with one word.
Okay.
Maybe it's two. Honey badgers.
Honey badgers.
No,
Got it.
honey badgers don't give a. We heard honey badgers don't give a about. We don't know, but we're also like, there's people in need.
But they don't care. That's what we said, remember?
Yeah, it's a
honey badgers are narcissistic.
Yeah.
There it is, beer man.
Well, that's how we like to start stuff. So it's cool.
Yeah. Fun fact of the day.
Speaking of that, it kind of leads into West Coast IPAs.
What's
been going on
Why
with that,
do we
Jimmy?
got to start with me?
Dang.
What do we got here?
I don't know. What do we got? That's your new
What do we got?
West Coast I just pulled out.
Gosh, we got third one, which is the one that was supposed to be like, for me personally, like kind of, we finally get to that point where I'm really happy with ours. And I am happy with this. But like more so, like not to change the subject of the beer we're talking about, is both our IPAs this time around were kind of on point, I feel.
We all have napkins under our beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
I just
Here you go. If you had to think that was us actually
like, literally, I put them to be passed around. Let's go.
Oh, you're all good.
Let's go.
Oh, it's been a fun day so far.
Oh, I bet.
It's just going to get better.
And tomorrow is St. Patty's Day. Tomorrow is also Paul's birthday.
Yeah. Happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday. Cheers.
Cheers.
So this is Dogs Are Noble.
Yeah.
The new West Coast. We can talk about it after we have a drink here. Cheers.
What were some of the names that came before this?
My bad.
We had no, we actually went.
No, we started with
I didn't know
drafts. Drafts are cool. And it was just like, a simple play. It's stupid, but it was everything kind of mashed up. And then it was Tigers Are Awesome. And now we finally made it to, which is Dogs Are Noble, which, like, I think.
That's my jam.
Yeah. Keep talking. Pretty good, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's right up my alley right there.
Yeah, it's getting to where we want to be, finally.
Yeah, because you're always up my alley for some reason. I mean, like your beers are is what I meant to say.
What
What are we talking about?
we don't need to
I
talk
don't
about
know.
that right here. Right
Either
now,
way,
Mike. Let's go.
Wait, what kind of
Talking to
podcast
the
is
mic,
this?
Mike.
Yeah,
We all have a little bit of mic in our face right now.
there you
Yeah.
go.
If anyone's noticed.
Oh
Come on, man.
Damn.
We were supposed to talk about that during John time.
Oh yeah, you know it. Oh yeah, so tell us about Dog
So
Bubble.
this is it is kind of growing on our use of New Zealand hops and different products. So this is just like the same base we've been using grain wise with in the dry hop. It's Rawaka and Nelson with a little bit of Waimea. So like the fruitiness you get is that Waimea up front, and you get the Rawaka that gives it that kind of almost like caddy-like flavor, and then the Rawaka Keef, which is something that like Freestyle does, like the liquid stuff that we used to shy away from, like 5 years ago. And it's gotten so good, it gives us a nice passion fruit flavor to it. It kind of builds with the Waimea while at the same time, like letting the dankness stay there. Like, so I feel like you get a little bit of everything. You get a little bit of grassiness, a little bitiness, but you also get that flavor at the end. So
And it's a really clean finish too.
yeah.
It's not like something that's just like lingering, on your palate. Like it's really, you get all those flavors, but it really goes down smooth.
Yeah, so we intentionally try to dry them out simply so like and build the body back with carbonation. So you get the same flavor, you get more pop, but it disintegrates off your palate quickly.
Yeah.
So you can have another taste. It's fresh, doesn't linger and compound itself. You get those beers that bitter in the back of your throat.
Mhm.
Like, that's basically the goal there. Is just try and make it like easy drinking.
Awesome. No, you killed it on this. Solid. And I love the can artwork.
Yeah.
So, and it was, what's the guy's name? I forgot. Sorry.
But the talking about the style, artistic style, or
No, the artist that does the
Mike David Weeks.
I knew
Yeah.
it was another Mike.
Yeah, another Mike. That's
We
doing
know
the
which
labels.
one,
So yeah,
yeah.
he we've been, like I said, we're keeping with the play, keeping the same theme together. We put some of the employees' dogs on the cans that we could get on there, so it has a little more meaning to it. And
Yeah.
and we're hoping Jimmy sent this off for competition, so hopefully
Awesome.
he was happy about this one. So hopefully this can we can pull a medal out of this one when we go to Vegas.
Yeah. Well, I
Sweet.
think everything you submitted has a chance. So
This is one of how many we put? Five. Yeah,
Five,
five in.
Awesome.
Go.
That's exciting. And when's Vegas?
April 21st, 22nd.
Yeah.
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 21st.
Or something there.
21st, 23rd through the 23rd.
Okay. Nice. We're going to keep an eye out for it. No, but this is killer.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right.
So, Paul, what are you doing for your birthday?
Uh-oh.
Mm-mm.
Come on, talk about
Like
it.
you
buddy.
let in with like what the conversation started with, and I can't say anything.
Yeah, don't get too shy, buddy.
All right, we're pushing this live tonight, right?
This will be out tomorrow.
So what I'm hearing tonight is that there's going to be a Ramones cover band at Noble.
Yeah.
We're going to be throwing down here. Then we're going to wake up. By wake up, I mean wake up and drink a zombie, because that's why the zombie was invented. For those
There
who
you
don't
go.
know, the story of a zombie cocktail was
Yeah.
a businessman who happened to be passing through, played a little too hard, and still had to go to a conference
Okay.
where the zombie was born.
Yeah.
From a bartender who was like, I got to get this guy up.
There
Let's,
it is.
Let's not just leave it with that
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah.
John.
And how are you getting up?
That is
Yeah.
hard left right there. So hard left.
You were
apologize.
telling me such a good story, and Josh ruined it.
All right, just
I was like,
My bad.
what?
My bad.
I would-
What
you-
was the
you had
old
me
sketch
hooked.
comedy of like the dog in the background. Is,
Is that what you're talking about?
He was like-
Bullwinkle.
Bill Winkle, yes,
yeah,
he was
the-
just like
I got-
knew shit was going down, and he's just like.
classic.
So yeah, doing that. Maybe hitting Muldoon's tomorrow morning, getting some Irish coffee, some authentic dancing, and then off to Disney.
Nice. There you
You're
go.
not gonna do some like beer yoga?
I mean, there is beer yoga here tomorrow,
Oh.
which is actually today because it's going to be published tomorrow. So it's already happened in the past by the time you hear it.
Exactly. It's like we're Back to the Future.
But if you were to look
Wow.
it up,
Wow.
$20 you get a pint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from 12 to 1:30, and we'll have it again next month. So,
Yeah, so-
Awesome.
For
keep
future,
on that.
No. Hey, future us
Yeah.
might actually be us again if future us actually makes a fucking time machine.
That sounds about right.
Wow.
dude, you already got me.
That sounds
That
like
was
sound.
cheap, bro.
Hey, sound
This
logic.
is what happens when we drink and we run, and then
Then we drink and we run.
Yeah.
And what do we do after that?
drink
Yeah.
and run.
And we
So-
celebrate.
Guys, we only ran once. What are you guys talking about?
What do you call that, Josh?
A beer mile.
We all struggled with a quarter of a mile.
Yeah.
Hey, we can't
struggle.
We,
I think
we didn't wait.
we
100%.
lit
Had he
ideas.
been 100%, we would have been good.
Hey, we all
You did, dude. You did really good. But I say you would have been if you would have been 100%. We
Josh, if
won.
your hands were up in the air, we would have been good.
To quote Dom Toretto, we all can't live our lives a quarter mile at a time.
I mean, we kind of did this morning.
Yeah,
There you go.
kind of.
For those that don't know what happened, we hosted a beer mile this morning, and that's basically a gang of running groups come out. People, I mean, we had people from the IE, LA, OC, San Diego. I mean, people come far and wide to get to this, and it's the weirdest thing. It's literally us setting out a bunch of beer, a 12-ounce can. These people pay to show up, dress fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got St. Patty's Day this weekend.
Yep.
And they drink a beer and they run a quarter mile, and they do this 4 times.
Yeah.
Repeat. We broke up. So we had like, I don't know, six total groups or 5 total groups. And our last one was a team relay. That's where we all jumped in.
Okay.
So each one of us just ran a leg. But for brewers and front of the house.
No,
and
thank you. I'm good.
And
One mile is enough. One quarter mile, and then
All of us already have like dysfunctional body parts, so we're all just struggling anyway.
We're all just broken.
Yeah.
If you guys can imagine us right now, like imagine a cartoon lineup where one of them's got like a cast around its leg, the other one's got a full body cast. Maybe one around the
One has a
head.
helmet.
It's a special.
Don't make fun of my helmet.
I mean, you are wearing a blue hat right now with a yellow line.
Oh, jeez.
If anyone remembers Crank Yeager,
Put the hat back on. That
Oh, Craig Yeager was
Yeah.
Well, it identifies me. You know?
hilarious.
Tells everybody. You know,
We're
he's
here in
special.
support. Don't worry.
But it was a good day today. We had a good.
Yeah, we had
day.
like
It was a
100
good
people
day.
show
Yeah,
out.
fine.
Really
I mean,
good day.
actual runners show up, plus their friends and family. I mean, we had a guy bring his entire family from LA.
The guy that ran the jeans.
Yeah, he ran in green jeans and Converse.
Oh, shit.
And I have you know, these are mostly runners that are out here. Like, we have some very competitive people, Hokas and Asics and all sorts of fun, footwear.
Yeah.
This guy's wearing high top Converse
There you
that
go.
aren't even laced all the way up to the top.
You sure they weren't PF Flyers?
No. I like it.
Hey, but we did come in second.
We did good.
We came in second.
Yeah.
Not by much. We almost won.
Yeah. We
4
almost
seconds.
Yeah.
4 seconds.
Close. Very
It was
close.
almost there. It was fun. We got another one coming up though at some point, right?
Yeah, so June time we're going to plan. Hopefully in a couple weeks we'll have announcements for it, but we're going to do something different. It's going to be a 5K. You can drink beforehand or afterwards, but no beer drink in between. But we're looking to gain some really big inflatables.
Okay.
To start the race off. And
Wait, can you? The eye contact at this time of the team.
Can you just immediately?
Inflatable.
Okay, we're looking at getting 2 50-foot obstacle courses
You know what?
that are inflatable.
Okay.
I think I've got.
I think that one's a lot better.
I'm gonna be honest.
What do we
This
got?
is a team relay, and you got to take an inflatable with you.
That's actually pretty good too. Night run. Do a night run. Put you underwear night run.
There you go.
Are we going back to college?
I mean, we do have Chapman like right there.
Yeah,
Right.
they are.
I'm all over here, maybe.
Chapman Fullerton's. I think we could have a feud.
There
I
you
get
go.
it. Yeah, but that
We settled.
God.
But at least June time, that's the plan. Is we're gonna do an inflatable obstacle course to start.
There you go.
Oh my god!
He's trying to
We're
get
doing
there.
an obstacle course run to start.
What
There
sort
you
of
go.
course?
Be appropriate.
An inflatable.
No.
Just
Inflatable.
Yeah, just like
Inflatable.
American Gladiators.
Yeah. Obstacle course.
Obstacle.
Obstacle.
I want like Jimmy and Cam and all you
I
guys
didn't do hooks on.
to be like
I do
Nitro
it.
on American Gladiators. So you guys have to like
We're in there. We're just knocking
Yeah,
off.
that's
oh,
actually
yeah.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
Go.
Give me a sword. I mean,
a sword.
I just try to roll one of those little cage balls, those ball cages.
You know,
Q-tip. Q-tip. I got Q-tip. Yeah.
There you go. Just make sure
Nothing
everybody
with
signs a
blades.
waiver before, and we're good.
Yeah,
If they get bounced out onto the concrete, that's on them.
that'd be okay. Yeah. That's the plan in June. We'll hopefully in about 3 weeks we'll have announcements on that one.
Awesome.
It'll
Okay.
be fun.
That actually means like 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, that
Just
is
in
correct.
case.
We gotta extend it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just get ready for June. Just mark June.
Oh yeah.
somewhere
Put
in
it
June.
your calendar. It'll be all right. So let's. Should we jump into the next one?
We can.
I think so.
Cheers, me, baby.
Just Jimmy's just looking for a little cheers left.
Yeah.
Just pour me some beer.
He just want to say hi.
I want to make sure he's always got some beer in
He
him.
just trying to touch tips.
It is
Got those.
So yeah, right now we are passing out Paul's Majestic.
Paul's Majestic.
Paul's Majestic, huh?
Don't even worry about it.
Paul's
Majestic, you take it away.
All right. Let's paint the picture for people out there. I'm wearing running shorts. I have a garter on.
A sexy garter. I'm going to use my teeth and get it off.
A green garter on my right calf.
Unfortunately, it's right in my eyesight. It's crossed.
And we have some great photos from earlier with that.
Yeah, I got some green socks on with beers, and now I've retracted to some DC shoes.
Yeah. Well, to quote Arkad Ramathorn from Super Troopers.
Not a bad reference.
Yeah.
How do you
Classic.
have these old
They're just stored in there.
Bro, I'm like always looking for I think you have like a cheat sheet up your arm or something.
No.
You got he's written
just-
something.
He's good with the
It's
movie references.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
an ATM of movies.
Yeah.
He's
just-
not
CIA.
good.
He's got the CIA.
Someone in the back, say
Yeah.
this right now.
Yeah.
You sound amazing.
Last week, I think the end of the episode last week, I quoted from the Land of the Lost movie. It's like, it's so stupid, but it's so funny when he says, if you don't make it, it's your own damn fault. A vault. He's like, that's a bitch slap of truth right there. It's a pole vaulting guy poster that he has. So
Okay.
I just pull out, I pull all the randomness
You
out of my
pull all
head.
that out of your ass. Don't
Yeah.
you?
Oh, yeah. Totally. The more you pull out of it, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Noble, step out.
And
break.
And we're done.
And the episode's over. And the outro's over. All right. Well, so cheers, fellas.
Cheers. Sorry, drinking
To the Felt Majestic.
Yep, felt majestic.
Squeezing in.
The amount of clinks.
I just want to pour on top of the microphone.
Oh, you'll be all right.
I have a feeling like a pour over a mic is not like
You just
Gonna go well.
yeah, it's changing colors right now, which I'm kind of into. But
Yeah, that's you're kind of into it.
He's like, I just want to touch it.
I like the changing color microphone. It draws my eyes,
There you go.
so I actually look at it for once.
Yeah, I think that's the only one that changes. Oh, this one can change color, but
yeah.
that one doesn't. And this one I can change, but I just never mess with it. I think it's something like this.
You've only been having beer so far, right? I just want to clarify. We've only had beer today.
No fireball shots yet?
No,
Oh.
Nothing else, just
Yeah.
beer.
no cold box shots.
This is solid. I really like this, Paul.
It's fun. I looked at my text messages. I was like, all right, what's in this thing? I find this long-winded text to Jimmy, which, by the way, if it's over 6 lines, he's probably not going to read it.
Yeah. They are. You get that.
Jimmy, here's what I'm thinking. Appearance, bright, nearly white haze, like Dankadelic. Aroma, spring welcoming, bright fruit zest, citrus forward.
I just ignored all of it.
He just
honestly.
does.
Yeah.
The only way you get him to actually read it is if you have fuck, bitch, ass, anything.
No.
You have to cuss during it, and he will actually pay attention.
He goes past aroma, mouthfeel, and flavor in the knockout procedure to 47% pills, 20% rolled oats, some white wheat, carafoam, flaked maize, and rice balls. That's where Jimmy goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He goes,
Yeah.
He's like,
I
nailed
have no
it.
idea.
he goes, ABV, little worried about yeast health. Jimmy's like, we can do it.
Well, there's a will, there's a way.
There it is.
We made it happen. We made it happen. So it's all that counts. So
It's solid though, man.
Yeah.
I really like it. I'm gonna have to grab a couple 4-packs of each one before I go.
I think it still plays in her lighter bodied hazy.
I love it. I
it's
think
easy.
Yeah.
It's easy drinking.
it's great.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
people don't understand. Like we got game time folks here.
Yeah.
You got game?
We got
We
game.
got game. We got game.
Yeah. He got game. Denzel Washington.
Relax.
Sorry. It just comes.
You
It
don't
comes
gotta
out of my head
one
and I
up
have to say
everybody.
it.
Come on, Mike.
Yeah, my bad.
You're killing us, okay? We lost already. Cool.
You already won, asshole.
But if you were to go to a Ducks game and you were to park here for furry,
There you go.
see the little drop right there.
Yeah. See what he did there?
So there
You gotta purchase
You
the
could come
beer.
here and have a couple of hazies and
Yeah.
still get to the game.
Why spend
Man, it sounds like
$18
a
bucks a
quote
beer?
by some other brewer that used to say stuff about Trabuco.
Tabuco.
Uh-oh.
Tribuco.
Uh-oh.
How many?
How many can you
Uh-oh.
drink and
We
still
just-
go?
How many Trabucos can you have and then still drive home?
Dude, I like
We were just-
seriously.
So we got some special
some
deliveries.
some sort of substance in a green.
Here, babe, explain how many
yeah.
Hold on one sec.
Alien.
Okay, so yeah, and we're back.
All right, boys, put your things up to the mic.
Wait, what?
There you go.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Wait, huh? What?
This is gonna great for great content. People are gonna be like, "What
Jimmy,
the fuck is that
we all-
backup?"
we
All
all-
I'm sorry. I'm over enthusiastic.
right, let's pull them off.
Yeah.
So I could hear it's in my ear, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?"
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It honestly sounded like something was like spilling. You know, like
Well, I figured you got
a slow
yeah,
drip.
all right.
That's what it sounded.
Are we supposed to tongue?
Are we gonna figure? I'm gonna figure it.
I'm a ton.
Yeah, so we got some Jello shots here, and they have pop
Yeah,
rocks
wait,
in there.
hey, babe, come back. We're back on a minute. Tell them what you made on here.
Yeah.
Because the
Well,
people
no,
want to
we're
know.
drinking.
Snap
Well,
top
we're
and pop
drinking.
rocks.
We're eating.
It's literally just a Jello shot. It's just a sour apple Crown whiskey Jello shot
Just.
with some pop rocks and like a rainbow like gummy.
That's all it is.
So do you
because,
suck yours out or do you finger it out?
I just licked the shit out of it.
I'm gonna finger the shit out of this one. So
I usually just tongue it, but
Well, I feel like you got to do it like you finger it a little bit, tongue it, you know.
Get it out. Yeah.
Yeah, like, but don't get your hands
Sneak
messy.
peek.
Fuck that.
happy birthday.
Yeah. That was pretty good, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Woo!
Thank you.
Those are better than the 4th of July ones.
Those are really good.
that was good.
Oh,
Those
so
are
you didn't
scary
like
good.
my 4th of July?
Right?
I did like 4th of July one. These are better.
I mean, I'm not trying to start anything.
yeah, the apple jello.
Well, the birthday boy.
I spilled some on my shirt. I tried to. Oh, here we go. I tried to inhale it off,
Slurp it up.
but it just hit me right in the back.
Yeah, that's how it is.
And that's normal in a nutshell. There it is. Oh,
Wow.
my God.
What time is it? Like
Pretty
2?
This one's mine. Eh?
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, so maybe
That's yours.
I thought for
And
sure. I
everywhere.
was like, something's.
Everywhere.
I thought I was like, something's leaking. I was like, what's going on?
No, it was, yeah, it was.
Sorry, I heard someone say that no one had any cold box shots yet. So I was like, well,
No, I appreciate it. Thank you. No, those are actually really, really, really good.
Delicious.
That definitely just reset my palate.
I know.
Yeah,
that's the problem here.
Let's
It's
go
like,
back in the beer.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the beer tastes like after this?
There we go. Oh, yeah. Do that.
you didn't have to have right this minute. I was just sharing.
I mean, has anyone ever sat down and Jello shot and just like look at it for a while? Like,
it's like making noises,
Yeah.
speaking to you.
my
gotta,
throat
like, take
is
it,
so
take it,
popping.
take it.
Have you ever seen Alien? Like the little hands gonna come
Oh,
out.
yeah. Classic.
What other movie are we bringing up today? Come on.
Well, I already know how I'm going to end the episode.
Oh my God.
And it's not a movie. It's a old TV show.
Set.
And it's for Paul's birthday. So
Oh.
Aw.
Wait, Paul. Wait, Paul. How old are you gonna be?
Paul, you're same age as me.
Really?
I think.
No.
He is.
I think
No.
he's like a little bit younger.
He's younger
Just
than
one.
us.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh God, you're getting that.
Even though he has more
Oh my
white.
God.
I mean, I'm the
I wonder
oldest.
if
Yeah,
He's, yeah.
I say white because it looks better.
You are the whitest.
Well, like
Pasty white, yeah.
I was talking about beard here.
No,
I just want to
I
take
can't
that. I
talk,
want
so-
to take that off with my teeth. That's all.
Someone are insured.
Bradley was trying to redo that. We had the
Carter
photos.
just backseat.
We had a 250 pound dude in here earlier.
He was like,
Who's ripped as hell? Who's showing me pictures of a long range
50 cal.
clinker, and he tried to remove it.
And
With
he-
his mouth.
In his mouth. Then he
No, stop
smacked
it.
your ass.
What happened? How did it come back on? He didn't win it.
Well, Paul's like,
Bad Bradley. That's a bad Bradley.
Oh, damn. Oh, man. You know.
it's always fun.
There we were.
Oh,
Did we really even talk about Majestic? Yeah.
no, we haven't
Not
really
really.
said
I mean, we
anything.
talked about like.
How I didn't listen to Paul or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
We got distracted
He
by
said
the shots.
something.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
but I don't know. We've been just every time we brew a beer. Like I hate to say it, every time we brew a beer, it's always a constant getting like a method of getting better. So it's kind of started with some of the. Actually, it started with Creature. I think you knocked out on Incognito.
Yeah.
No, I did cold side with it.
Was that? Oh, that was
That was the
Cold
first-
Side
that was the first
Incognito.
time
But
we
was
used
the
it, though.
Yeah, that was the first time we really got kind of ending.
But then that's when we started doing a lot more on the cold side, though.
Yeah,
We start adding those new products in
yeah.
to try to change up the game, give it a little. When we have a product that gives, like we know what we're getting from it, and you add that into the mix, like you can kind of create what you want to create, not guess at what the hops are taste like anymore.
Yeah. Well,
That's a big thing about it.
when you told Mike about that, when you did a cold side, he was just like,
I know.
Really?
everybody-
Yeah, he
I think everybody in the industry was like, you. But then also it rocked.
it was
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's the thing. Like Mike saw me pull off 5-day naughty sauce this week,
Yeah.
and he just like was laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
He's like, "This shouldn't happen."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kudos to Mike. They won. Was it American Light Lager? I think.
Yeah.
we're,
For Lumino.
Yeah.
Lumino, yeah,
Happy for them.
it's great beer. Great
Yeah.
beer.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I love you guys. I mean, you guys are awesome, and I appreciate the beer and everything. And always love hanging out, being able to laugh with you guys for a while.
I was never stopping.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that
Let's
right
just paint a picture where we are. We're in the gazebo, and
Yeah.
like this grassy lawn. We have like
Yeah.
From our silo, all our spent grain goes out to the goats who are currently, rummaging.
They're
around
grazing
us.
on the side of the cliff.
Yeah.
When we're overlooking the ocean.
Yeah.
And
But if you hear a little crash in the background,
We're all
that's what's
dressed in
happening.
white.
Yeah.
It's
Paul
beautiful.
busts out his sword and says, "I have the power," in his short shorts and everything.
And we
like
just
that.
nod in agreement. We just nod in agreement in the
Yeah.
background. That's
But
why.
Paul in
He-Man.
short shorts is like a regular.
Oh, he's He-Man.
No, it's fine.
They're called running shorts.
Close enough.
If you want to say that.
Yeah.
They're from those.
I've been to West Hollywood before.
If I look at if I look at this way, it says VA, and if I look at from the other way, it says VA.
Yeah.
It's a strange brand.
Well, like Strange Brew. I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie. It's an old one.
Which
Rick
what was-
Moranis.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
old.
It's an old movie, but it's about beer. And Bob and Doug McKenzie. It's Rick Moranis and fuck.
By the way, can we put you on like panel one day of just like dropping every
This movie quotes.
one? Yeah.
Sure. I'm always up for anything.
I think we got a movie panel here.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm down.
Clips of flicks, and then they gotta identify it.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
We'll bet on you. So
Okay.
If I win money,
So we have
Pocket
like
Ace.
Jeopardy bit.
The house has a
Yeah.
pocket
Well,
ace.
a Jeopardy thing would be pretty funny for movies. That would be pretty
movie
bad.
Jeopardy.
we're always talking some new stuff here.
All right. Anything else coming up, Josh?
Major thing coming up, April 27th. We'll be announcing more in this week. We're going to be doing another Tiki event with Kristen from Happiest Place on Earth.
She's so
And-
sweet.
Yeah,
She's
dude,
such a
she's
nice
awesome.
person.
Dude, she's been amazing. And so she's putting together Tony, Jeff, Carter. They're all going to be Sam Carter. They're going to all be involved for that. And it's going to be a sit down dinner this time.
Okay.
So
Oh, awesome.
you'll have everything out next, I think Wednesday. It'll be live for the event to buy tickets. It's going to be 100-person minimum.
Okay.
Or sorry, minimum, 100% max ticket wise. And there's going to be different tiers for the event. So that's the next really big event coming. And then, our usual, we have our Tuesday nights, $4 pints for craft beer appreciation night. So if you guys want to come talk to one of the brewers, want to have some beer, come on down, enjoy that. And then, usual next week's Ducks. So if you're in the area, come on down, free parking. If you
Actually, Tuesday night is actually a Ducks game.
Oh yeah, it is. Right.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry. Yes,
So
yeah.
most likely you will see the Brewers there.
Yeah.
You also probably see the Brewers at the game too.
Yes.
So there's always a good chance for that too.
So I mean that's about it for right now. No major plans at the moment.
We do have a couple like teas coming down that does the
Well, drink wise, yes.
drink wise we
Yes.
do. Like Cam's and we're finally to do the Prince Kamikaze.
Kamikaze.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah, I know. The Colada Pinot.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
What else do we got coming out? First season wise.
What were we trying to do? Like a
The Bahama Mama.
Mama,
Yeah,
too.
with Stowaway.
We're gonna do some naughty variants.
We're just gonna come out and try to just figure out different flavors. I think.
Yeah, I think that's
just
the
going
game
forward.
plan.
Just like figure out what we want to like grow in a bigger batch later on. Just start small and then see what we like. And
yeah, I think you're right. We're experimenting with new flavors that kind of like border that edge of tiki. So cherry, you don't see much in tiki, but it
But we're gonna
works.
try
It
it.
works. It works.
Yeah. There you go.
So yeah, so we're just kind of like starting to explore bigger things. Pickle Rick will be coming back soon.
Pickle Rick will be
Stop.
back.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Oh, sorry, Rick's Pickle Punch. Yeah, Rick's Pickle Punch will
Rick's
be
Pickle will
back.
be coming
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
I know people are happy about that. So.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
So,
I know a few people that are going to be really excited that that's coming back.
Yeah, we're stoked on that one.
We've seen like some nationwide pickle beers come out. Maybe not since, but around the same time. And being that we weren't considered in there, I was like, please, I will stack our pickle up against anyone's pickle.
Yeah.
We're not naming any names.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
We're
Let me tell you, say that too.
Yeah. And you're going to stack your
I
pickle.
stack your pickle on
against
the other pickle.
Yeah.
Pickles.
No, that plus size come back, and there's going to be a variation too, a spicy variation this time.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
I'm
that-
sure people are
that-
going to love that.
Yeah, so we're still, like I said, the lineup coming here in the next month, based off what we've been doing,
Mm-hmm.
it's just going to be advancing more than I don't know. We're so great. I mean, I know we keep saying it, but like we're finally in our groove. These two have been putting
guys have
out
been killing
what
it.
they need. Like I said, Paul with his hazy series, Jimmy with his West Coast series.
New Harry Porter.
Yeah, the
coming out.
Harry Potter.
And Cam turning and burning.
Burn it, yeah.
Every
The
tank.
funny thing is, Cam
Every
brews
tank.
every beer.
Every
Turn and
single
burn.
tank.
Cam brews every beer. Man.
Our workhorse.
Other than your guys' beer, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I still need help.
I'm trying to.
I still call you up to the brew deck.
Oh
I'm
wait,
like,
I'll help
hey,
you. But like, I'm trying to like focus on new seltzer flavors going forward. I've been trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah, that's
But you know what we didn't talk about at all though is anyone besides going to Disneyland, I know we're going tomorrow, but the Food and Wine Fest. In case anyone didn't know, Naughty Sauce is there.
Awesome.
So
Been a long project coming,
Yes.
trying to get back in the park. And what ended up happening is they picked up a bunch of sixtels, and very quickly after that, they needed a lot more sixtels. So
Yeah.
apparently that's like proof of, kind of proof of point for us.
yeah.
It's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
they kind of picked it up as like hey, people might do this, but more people did that than not.
It's pretty awesome though. Like they've more than exceeded what they expected, which is good for us. Like, I mean, that's,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we were talking about that last
Exposure,
week. Yeah.
international exposure for Disney
Mhm.
in Southern California. This is like
Yep.
House of the Mouse, the crux of where people go.
We got a little something going on over here.
is this just the Watch Me Lick?
That does not just taste like.
Can't just ask me to spell her
I don't
hand.
So,
What now?
So you can smell her hand, but not smell my finger? Come on, bro.
Here we go.
I sanitized it.
About to go off the rails.
Is she nibbling your neck too?
Yeah, it's nice.
yeah, but if you guys go to,
I mean, Jenny, you have like neck.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
where we're at. We're by,
on the vibration.
yeah.
Of what's going on?
Down by the Little Mermaid and all that.
well,
Right?
further down, so where the Goofy Slights you
No,
know,
if I'm not
right in the food
mistaken.
court down
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I forget, it's something Paradise. We're in there, so that we'll be back Monday. We'll be back on Monday. They'll have us back on there. We've been out for a couple of days because they ran out,
Okay.
but it's getting put restock. Monday we're back going.
Good.
So like I said, if you're in the area, like I said, for sure, go buy it, purchase it, support us. It helps us out because the more we go through, the hopefully this becomes a permanent handle there.
Oh yeah.
So that's what we're aiming for. And we've been working our butts off. And, besides that, we're hoping one other one's going to be coming into play there real soon.
Okay.
If all goes right. So we're pretty stoked. So that's one thing. So as we go to the Food and Wine Fest at Disney, like I said, first grab our beers.
The
First oven.
Oh, okay.
Pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, that's what delicious.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure like
Might
what
be
is
something we
that?
have to like work with.
Oh, what? No,
There
it
you go.
definitely is. It's our first variant. Fucking don't look right there.
There we go.
Nice.
Sorry, guys.
When the front of the house comes back, like with like
Something good and
that
delicious.
we don't have to work it all for, and it's perfect. It's
Yeah.
like this best case scenario.
Exactly.
Bill Gates over here.
I don't know.
Sit down.
So I'm gonna end the episode. But thank you guys.
Oh, come on.
Oh no, I'm not leaving. But we're hanging out.
John, stop.
Sorry.
We can keep talking.
Dude,
Okay, we
whoa.
can figure out some other stuff we can talk about.
we're entertaining, we promise.
Oh no, you guys are great.
By the way, when do we get to do a Noble like stand-up night? We've been doing stand-ups here. But I think
Stand up or roast night?
I think we need to start with a.
I think we should do a roast.
Hey, wait, who can roast? Who can
GSE.
No,
No, we need to roast someone else.
you guys would kill me.
You guys should roast me if you guys want.
We are roasting Jimmy.
Everybody has to be here, and don't take it serious.
First thing up, we're all gonna be in a fight.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's roast Saturday, fight Sunday,
Yeah.
but it's Fight Club, so we don't talk about it.
When you're right, you're right. All right.
Brought one in. I did a movie quote thing. I nailed it, guys. Remember my name.
34 setups later.
Well, thank you guys again for being on. We'll have a
Oh,
beer. We don't have
thanks,
to,
man.
of course,
We love
but
it.
Even though I didn't know this was happening today, so
it's all good. So I'm gonna end the show with this quote
nice crotch.
because
Sorry.
if you don't wear short shorts like Paul on his birthday, it'd be a lot cooler if you did.